The first issue of Mighty Avengers is a tie-in to the ongoing Infinity event. Thanos sends his lieutenant Proxima Midnight to wreak havoc in New York City. But New York is of course very well defended, even with the Avengers leaving for deep space. For one, the heroes for hire, Luke Cage, Power Man, and White Tiger are still on the job. And of course, New York is protected by the superior Spider-Man, who looks down on the heroes for hire as mercenaries and false heroes, even discouraging them from interfering with his work in the city. Elsewhere, another hero, Monica Rambeau, has taken up the moniker of Spectre and is making a name for herself with a brand new look. With her is a mysterious unnamed friend who is keen on joining her on her new Avengers. So when Proxima Midnight finally arrives, bringing death and destruction to New York City, this diverse group of heroes is the first to react. Proxima prematurely proclaims her victory, considering there are no Avengers to face her. But Luke Cage responds, "Take a good look, lady, we're the Avengers."
So Proxima Midnight is attacking Earth. I think this is the same initial attack we saw in Infinity #1.
Yeah, I think she goes from here to then going to Atlantis.
Right. So it's not like New York is completely undefended because we know Stark and Richards are somewhat on top of that.
Yeah, we're going to see Avengers Tower come online. It's pretty soon. I guess that'll give these Avengers some time to regroup and really formalize as a team.
I do think this Mighty Avengers team is capable of taking down Proxima Midnight. If you look at, Superior Spider-Man himself is an A-list hero. Looking specifically at each character, Luke Cage first, definitely a premier Avenger, A-list hero, definitely worthy of leading an Avengers team, as he's done in the past. What do you think of him in this issue?
I like how for the past few years they've really developed him as like a family man, and it's kind of been a nice addition to, the superhero problems that everyone else has to deal with. He's got his family to deal with, and that adds a whole new perspective on, being a leader, especially of the Avengers. I think it's always nice to have that.
We also got the new Power Man, and he wields the Chi of New York. He was somewhat of a hothead.
I like his interaction with Superior Spider-Man because Superior Spider-Man just gets underneath everyone's skin so perfectly. I love it.
Douche.
But I think he had a valid point. To some degree. He was kind of hypocritical in that he also gets paid for being a hero. But these guys are more mercenaries than, I guess.
They still fight the good fight.
I guess it's like being a hero of different degrees. There's heroes that are going off into space, fighting world-ending powers, and there's heroes that are stopping petty crime. You need them all.
That's definitely true. Monica Rambeau, Spectrum, she's here. New costume, new outlook, I guess.
In addition to Monica Rambeau, probably White Tiger's going to be making a appearance next issue. She left Luke Cage and Power Man after Superior Spider-Man's sort of
trashed them.
Yeah.
I always kind of liked White Tiger. She was in Avengers Academy before Marvel Now started, and she was pretty interesting there. So she's developed her skills, and I guess she's putting them out on the streets.
I like that she's going to have a connection to Peter Parker, and obviously she's going to think she has a connection to Doc Ock. I think that'll be interesting to see that play out in the next few issues.
Speaking of Spider-Man, though, there was the mysterious spider hero. We're not quite sure who it is. There's a few clues.
That hoodlum taking on the Image. Ah.
Well, he said he can't be seen in country, and he also seems to know Monica Rambeau.
And at the end, he was carrying nunchucks.
Yeah, so at this point, do you have any guesses as to who it could be?
I think he's supposed to be the new Ronin. But your guess is as good as mine.
I know a lot of people were speculating, saying it would be Miles Morales. Really don't think that's going to happen, because as you pointed out, he's a nunchuck wielder. I was thinking maybe since he can't be seen in country, he had fallout from Civil War, maybe, is one thing I'm guessing. But at this point, it's really hard to say. Another person I thought it might have been would be like Cloak.
This definitely is an interesting roster. Unfortunately, I don't think this storyline is going to have that big of an impact on Infinity. But as a grade for this issue, what would you give it?
I'm going to give this issue a 3.5 out of 5. It has a mix of heroes I really like with the mix of heroes I don't really care for. So I guess I'll just have to wait and see.
I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. My main gripe is that it starts off as an Infinity tie-in, but I really don't see this being too important inside of Infinity, considering we already know that Proxima Midnight is going to be doing something elsewhere pretty soon.
Thanks for watching P3 Comics of Mighty Avengers #1. Before we go, we got a question for you guys.
We want to know who you think the mysterious Spider-Man is.
Leave your answer below in the comments, and if you like our video, give us a thumbs up. Thanks!